What do you say? What do you hear? My name's Chris. Thanks for joining me. Happy Friday. Happy upcoming Memorial Day weekend. I hope you guys all have wonderful plans for this weekend. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about Adam Kaplan's report that the Eagles were inquiring about Julio Jones and what that could mean for the Eagles this season if they were able to pull that trade off. Now, first of all, I love Julio Jones. I love big-time wide receivers, and the Eagles usually don't have enough of them. So I would be very excited about that kind of move, and to watch Julio Jones alongside Devontae Smith and then with Jalen Reagor in the slot. That would give us a dynamic wide receiving core that would be fun to watch. It would also allow us to better evaluate Jalen Hurts now that he has really good talent around him and to see what he could do as a quarterback in the National Football League. So I would be very pumped about it. But I was looking up Julio Jones' contract. I'm trying to understand what the cap hit would be to see if is this really a potential trade possibility. Now, as you can see here, for 2021, his cap hit's $23 million according to this website. So the question is, could the Eagles even fit him under the cap? You would definitely have to probably either trade Zach Ertz or drop him. I don't know what our situation is with the cap right now. Let's take a look. Let's see what the Eagles are at. But if we could swing it, I love Julio Jones. There's a lot of dynamics that go into it as to whether or not you could afford it. Now, it doesn't look like we have the cap room this year. Definitely we could fit him next year. So maybe you renegotiate his contract or something like that. As you can see, where are we at today? So right now we have $2.6 million of cap space. That doesn't seem like a lot in order to be able to fill Julio Jones' contract in this year. At $23 million, you would have to move Zach Ertz. You may have to renegotiate a contract. I guess it's possible to do. Howie Roseman always has a way. I think next year fitting him under would be possible as well. But the real question is, what does it cost to acquire Julio Jones? I cannot give a first-round pick for an old wide receiver, even though I absolutely love the receiver. We're not desperate to get a receiver this year. We just drafted Devontae Smith, and we got Jalen Reagor last year in the first round. I think, and we also have guys like Quez Watkins, Hightower, other guys who need time to grow. So we don't. I would love to watch Julio Jones, but we don't have to have him at this stage of where the Eagles are in their rebuilding process. But I do believe Julio Jones would really allow you to see exactly what Jalen Hurts can do with talent around him. So the question is, would it cost a third-round pick because his salary cap's so high? What would it cost? I would pay a third-round pick in a heartbeat, maybe another player, maybe another pick. I don't think I'd give him a second or a first-round pick. Those are important. We need them in case we need to go get a quarterback, and we also have a lot of other holes to fill. In fact, I actually don't think our biggest holes are receiver anymore. I think we have a lot of guys at wide receiver that need to grow. Of course, none of them are probably going to be as good as Julio Jones, so I would be very excited if we got him and I could watch him all year alongside Devontae Smith and with Jalen Reagor in the slot. So the question comes, what does it cost? How do you fit him under the cap? And then the other question is, does he want to come play in Philadelphia? Because I believe he said he wanted to play for a winner or a contender, and I don't know that Eagles are there yet. I mean, I do think we're going to win the division, but I don't know that we're a contender for the Super Bowl yet. We still have too many holes on defense, and but he would definitely make us better if we did get him. So what kind of truth is there to these rumors? I'm sure Howie Roseman inquires about all great players. Does that mean the Eagles are actually interested? Howie Roseman was given a directions by Jeffrey Lurie to surround Jalen Hurts with talent. And we've seen that in the first round with the drafting of Devontae Smith. And then another offensive lineman in the second. So obviously the Eagles are really trying to give Jalen Hurts everything he can have to succeed at a high level this year in the NFL. So I'm very interested in where Julio Jones ends up. If he went to the Eagles, it would be so fun to watch. I just don't think you want to overpay for him with draft picks, but maybe if they didn't draft a tight end, if they didn't draft Kyle Pitts, I would say we'd trade him Zach Ertz, and then maybe a pick. But I'm not overpaying, but it's a big contract, so I don't think they're going to get a lot for Julio Jones. He's older, maybe a third-round pick. That's probably the best they're going to get. Maybe a second, I guess. I guess some team might pay a second, but I'd be willing to pay a third-round pick and maybe something else, maybe a player or something like that. But it would be very exciting. I don't believe it's going to happen just because we really have a lot of wide receivers that just need to play. We just need to see what they are. I still think like Quez Watkins can be very good. Hightower actually showed he can play and he has room to grow. And I do think Devontae Smith will be a stud. But Julio Jones would be an awesome player to have on the Eagles if that did happen. But to me, the $23 million cap hit, that's going to make it difficult. And then you got the $19 million cap hit next year, which I do believe that we could take care of. So you probably could renegotiate his contract a little bit and move the money around. Is it worth doing that? Are we that close to a Super Bowl contender that you make that kind of move for an older guy? I don't know. I don't really believe so. But if he's cheap, maybe you go for it and you see what happens. Also, how much do the Eagles really want Jalen Hurts to take it over this year? I'm sure they want it. They want it bad. They want to be able to sell us on it too, so that we don't have to use those 3 first-round picks to get another quarterback. But we never know what's going to happen. Anyways, it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. I would open Julio Jones to the team with open arms. I'd be so excited to watch him. But I don't know. I don't really see it happening at this point, to be honest. But it's interesting. It's possible. There is an outside shot. And if it happens, look out. We're going to be a fun team to watch next year. We're going to be a fun team anyways. But we will be a really fun team if you got Julio Jones on one side, Devontae Smith on the other. Anyways, I hope everyone has a great Memorial Day weekend. And thank you so much for joining me. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.